This beautiful lily pad kind of plant here is Amazon Frogbit. I'm hoping that if you're thinking about trying it, if I tell you a few things that I know about this plant and show you a wee bit, you might be encouraged to give it a go, because if you do, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. So as you can see, it makes a wonderful canopy on the surface of your tank. A lot of fish appreciate that. A lot of fish appreciate the cover that provides. And I found it to be one of the easiest plants to grow. Quite tolerant of all water conditions. Doesn't need too much light. It's not high in lights that I've got. And it grows by sending out a leaf through the middle. If I can find one. See that tube there? That's a brand new leaf starting up. There's another one that's developed a wee bit further. Because it grows so fast, it soaks up a lot of nutrients and competes with the algae, so that's a good thing. They propagate by sending out a horizontal stem. You can see that one that's attached there. So that new wee couple of leaves there is turning into a new plant. I know some people snip them off when they see that, but I just kind of leave it to do its thing, to be honest with you. Nature tends to know best. Then if we move down underneath, we can see the wonderful roots they throw out underneath them. In fact, we'll probably get a better look at this tank. Look at that, it's almost like an underwater forest when you look at it like that. I just love the way that looks. I think it's amazing. But certainly your fish and your shrimp love exploring them, love picking about in them and grazing on the microorganisms that they find there. They almost remind me of the deep sea jellyfish you see on the Cool Nature programs, but I don't know, that might just be me, I don't know. It doesn't appreciate being submerged or having water sitting on the leaves. It can make them rot, so you want to keep surface agitation to a minimum and keep them away from filter outlets. I'm hoping you can see these individual cells in the bottom of the leaves here. What they're for is they help to make the plant buoyant and help it float on the surface. They also give the leaves a thicker, sturdier feel to them. Fascinating wee plant, so it is. It gets its nutrients from the water column, so I dose Flourish on a Tuesday and this Tropica plant care formula on a Friday. May well be a wee bit overkill, but I do have other plants, of course. Aside for that, it doesn't need any CO2 or anything like that. It's all low-tech tanks I've got. Being on the surface, it's going to grab all the CO2 that it wants from the atmosphere, so you don't need the extra, to be honest with you. It was Pabs from the Donny the Discus Fish channel that very kindly sent me a takeaway container full of these. I'll put his link in the description below, in fact. But it very quickly took over my tank, as you can see. Grows really fast. The only thing is, it would be considered an invasive species, so if you do end up with more than you need and you can't pass it on, please discard of it responsibly. Put it in the trash, don't throw it in the pond, don't flush it. Other than that, I'll bet you're going to enjoy this plant.